Hi, this is Mathias from Partisia Blockchain, and welcome to this video where we're going to talk about how MPC can revolutionize healthcare and pharmaceuticals. So first of all, it's important to understand that the healthcare industry itself, just the healthcare industry, generates around 30% of all the data that we have in the world today. And in addition to that, the pharmaceutical industry also generates a lot. So this makes some of the two most interesting industries when we talk about data analytics. These industries are also some of the most regulated industries, and they have a lot of personal information in all that data. So that means we have a lot of challenges that can be solved with privacy preserving technologies such as secure multi-party computation. In this video, I'm going to talk a bit about some of the use cases where we can apply MPC on healthcare and pharmaceutical scenarios where we need to break down between data silos, how can they interact with each other and do analytics. The first thing I'm going to talk about is confidential DNA sequencing. So DNA sequencing is becoming more and more affordable. It is now so cheap that individual people they go to the sequencing because with that they can get deeper insight into if they're likely to have a disease. They can also use it to get personalized medicine. So when you have the sequencing, it's a very private thing. It's very sensitive. And with MPC, we can first of all share the sequencing so you can get insights based on your sequencing data, but you can also share your sequencing into a greater pool of different people sequencing data, and from that you can support medical research, which relies heavily on these type of data to develop new medicines and treatments. Second, I want to talk about clinical research. So this is a very broad field with a lot of activities involved. Clinical research itself is very difficult to do just within one organization and within one data silo or one data set. So if we can bring in a privacy preserving technology that can make sure when different companies, different silos, they share data into a common aggregation or a common pool where you can do computation and we can preserve the privacy so it's regulatory compliant, and you don't share the raw data and some insights you have from that. Then you can do computation inside the big pool of all the data, and you can derive even more valuable outputs without sharing, for example, some raw data that a particular pharmaceutical company has that they really want to keep secret because it gives them a competitive advantage. And it could also be across the entire healthcare sector, public and private. Then I also want to talk about supply chain management. So supply chain management is always a very hot topic for blockchain, both for private blockchains and public permissionless blockchains. And the reason is that you can kind of track the provenance of the supply chain. So you can make sure that different activities happen. You can make sure that it come from the right place. And it's very good for having a transparent, immutable record that can be used for auditing, for example, for companies and regulatory authorities. So with MPC, we can add on privacy to this. And this makes sure that each individual organization in the supply chain don't need to share necessarily all insight in a public manner. They can privacy preserve it and still add it. So we, for example, can ensure that we have patient safety, we have quality products. This is very specifically when we talk about healthcare and pharmaceuticals, because there is a lot of counterfeits out there that makes these type of solutions very appealing. The last thing I want to talk about is recruitment for clinical trials. So when a pharmaceutical company get to the stage where they need to do a clinical trial, it involves people. And to get these people, they need to look into different sensitive information that's around a particular patient or a person. That could be demographics, ethnicity, could be age, a lot of medical test results. So with MPC, again, we can preserve the privacy, and then we can just do the computation to see which patient group is actually more likely to get involved in a clinical trial. So that was some of the ideas how MPC can work in healthcare and in pharmaceuticals. Again, this is a very large industry. There's a lot of use cases and topics within here. So this is just a subset of them. We are always interested in exploring more, and I hope this video gave some inspiration. And if you are trying to build a use case in pharmaceuticals or in healthcare, please reach out to us. We are really excited to hear what you're working on, how we can help, and we are very willing to help shape up new groundbreaking ideas that can add value to this industry. Also, please stay in touch with us on our social media. For example, if you have an idea, come to our Discord. Just go and start chat with us. We are always there, and we are happy to take up the conversations. So thank you for tuning in.